From being one of the biggest child stars on Nickelodeon to public struggles with her mental health, this is what happened to Amanda Bynes. If you grew up in the 90s, you know who Amanda Bynes is. How could any of us ever forget All That or The Amanda Show? Amanda Bynes was simply legendary and such an icon in the 90s and early 2000s. All we have to do is look at her extraordinary talent as a child and teen to see this. Thanks to her natural charm and talent as a kid, Bynes got her first agent when she was only 7 years old. This quickly led to many TV and movie gigs, and by the time Bynes landed on Nickelodeon, she had become a household name. Kids and teenagers loved watching the fun shows on Nickelodeon in the 90s, and Bynes was a true star during this time on the channel. She simply shined. She was funny, and she always managed to make kids and adults alike laugh and have fun. On Nickelodeon, she first made a name for herself on All That, which ran from 1996 to 2002. All That was a comedy sketch show full of kids who starred in enjoyable and funny sketches. Basically, it was Saturday Night Live for kids, and boy, was it a hit. Within no time, the kids of All That were truly famous. Other than Bynes, some other notable former cast members include Kenan Thompson and Nick Cannon. As Bynes grew more confident and entertaining in front of the camera, and as her own star continued to soar as a child actress, Nickelodeon gave her one of her own shows. Titled The Amanda Show, Bynes starred in her very own sketch comedy segments at only 13 years old. Many stars came to her show to have fun opposite her and make the audience laugh, such as Josh Peck and Drake Bell. The Amanda Show ran from 1999 to 2002. To have a comedy sketch show named after you at only 13 years old? The girl was a true star, it's plain to see. Even watching these old clips online is sure to make kids and teens laugh today. Once All That and The Amanda Show came to an end, Bynes began to look elsewhere to really shine, so she turned to a teen sitcom, as well as countless movie offers. First, let's look at the TV series What I Like About You, which ran from 2002 until 2006. The show aired on the WB and also starred the likes of Jenny Garth and Leslie Grossman. In this sitcom, Bynes played the teen sister to Garth's character. Bynes was really able to show off her acting talent in both comedic and dramatic moments. Plus, as she played a teenager, she also got to have romantic storylines to really showcase her acting skills. But Bynes didn't just stick with What I Like About You, she also starred in a lot of fantastic movies during the early 2000s. I mean, who could forget 2003's What a Girl Wants? Or 2006's She's the Man, which also starred Channing Tatum. And of course, we've got to mention 2007's Hairspray. Unfortunately, Bynes' career began to slow down towards the end of the 2000s. In 2010, her last film role was in Easy A. After the release of this film, Bynes announced on Twitter that she didn't have fun acting anymore, which led to her retirement at the young age of 24. Soon after her announcement of retirement, Bynes began to make news for tragic reasons. And this is where the heartbreaking stories of Bynes' struggles with mental illness began. Even though Bynes later admitted that she began to smoke marijuana and abuse various drugs when she was only 16, at this time in the early 2010s, nobody knew of the struggles or the addictions that Bynes struggled with. During her childhood and teen years, there weren't any major scandals regarding Bynes' party lifestyle. Unfortunately, by 2013, everyone began to realize just what type of struggles Bynes was going through. Throughout the early 2010s, Bynes began to be found in erratic and unfortunate situations. First of all, she was associated with many hit and runs and DUIs, which led to a few arrests. Bynes was first arrested in 2012 for driving under the influence, and then again in 2013 for reckless endangerment, and also for illegal possession of marijuana. After her 2013 arrest, Bynes was also caught throwing a marijuana bong out a window in New York City. In 2013, as the months went on, Bynes' increasingly erratic headline-making moments worried many fans. And all of these worries only grew when Bynes was put under a conservatorship in 2013. This conservatorship came about after all these incidents, as well as after Bynes was found creating a fire on her neighbor's driveway. These situations led to Bynes being put on 5150 psychiatric hold. Bynes' mother, Lynn, was then granted a conservatorship over her to try to help her deal with her struggles and addictions, as well as with her finances. For almost the next 10 years, Bynes got the help she needed. She worked on her substance abuse and her mental health. Most importantly, she was able to find medication to help her. Luckily, Bynes' conservatorship doesn't appear to have been abusive and terrible like Britney Spears was. It does truly appear that Bynes' mother and father wanted the best for her, and at the time, they thought that a conservatorship was the best thing for her. But in 2022, Bynes officially asked the court to end the conservatorship. Bynes showed the progress she made over the last almost decade. She revealed that she was in school and truly doing the best. The court and her mother agreed, and this led to the conservatorship being dissolved. But unfortunately, this now leads us to the latest sad news on Amanda Bynes. Recently, almost 1 year to the day when her conservatorship was dissolved, Bynes made headlines again when she was put on a 5150 mental health hold. Outlets reported that Bynes was found walking around downtown Los Angeles alone, naked, and going through a psychotic episode. Bynes herself realized this, though, and when she realized what she was going through, she flagged down a car and told them to call the police, as she was coming down from an episode. When the police found her, they quickly worked to get her the help she needed, which is what led to the 5150 hold. Sadly, it appears that Bynes was wandering around Los Angeles alone with no cell phone for a few days or weeks. Nobody really knows what she was doing or what happened to her to trigger this mental breakdown. But it is comforting to know that she's getting the help she needs and is safe now. Unfortunately, she's still trying to get through her mental health battle. It was recently revealed that this 5150 hold, which can last up to 72 hours, has been extended. Now Bynes may stay in the mental facility for closer to a week. She's not really talking to anyone, though sources say that she's doing her best to work through this latest episode. She's intent on healing and on getting out of the hospital and back to her life. Her parents are in communication with her, and it doesn't look like there is any intent for Bynes to be put back under conservatorship at all. Bynes' mother seems to think this was an isolated incident. However, her mother and father have also made it clear that they don't want Bynes' ex-fiancé, Paul Michael, to be in contact with her. Paul Michael came out and said that he hasn't been with Bynes since earlier in 2023. And that she had stopped taking her meds. This immediately led to the family saying he cannot communicate with her. They seem to think that he doesn't have good intentions toward Bynes. Luckily, Bynes seems to be working hard to work through this latest struggle. So soon, Amanda Bynes, the iconic Nickelodeon child star, may be able to put this latest mental health incident behind her and move on, looking forward to the future.